Traditionally, this time of year is perfect for fishing the top end. Following the monsoon, when the runoff happens, the water temp is well up and the barra are definitely on the tube. In this neck of the woods though, strong westerlies have prevailed after the wet, which makes it hard to get to the bottom of the bay. So it hasn't been hit for a while and we're expecting a pretty good session.
So we're in a place called Fog Bay. This is the Timor Sea. You can see out there to the west. And we are on the hunt for these massive black Jew. Maddie catches these things regularly, but we're at the start of the season. And these animals are absolutely massive.
So yeah, he's over a metre for sure.
Have a look at that. What a fish and what a place to come fishing. Up here with Dundee fishing charters, just out of Darwin. And an opportunity to catch a fish like that, that is absolutely incredible, mate.
It's good fish.
Monster black Jew, well over the metre mark, bullying anything that comes close to them in 5 metres of water. We're catching the hardest pulling fish in the ocean in very shallow water, which takes the excitement level to an all-time high.
I don't know if you saw that rod bend then, but that was insane. Matt's just...
Interestingly, for big powerful fish, they can be tricky to hook. These jewies have a habit of gently lipping the bait till they know they're hooked, then turning and running.
Yeah, he's not a monster, but he's a...
Did you say he's not a monster?
Nah, he's not a monster. He's a good fish though. Oh. He's probably average. That's a... Oh look, he's a good fish. You know, he's probably a metre 5, nearly metre 10 maybe.
And the hardest pulling fish in the ocean up here, isn't it?
Absolutely, they pull like a freight train.
Many an angler has dropped these big fish, being overzealous on trying to hook them on the bite. Matt reckons the best thing to do is to leave the rod in the rod holder and wait for the scream of the reel.
What do you got?
This will be a Jewy. He hasn't quite worked out what's going on yet. There he goes.
There's no second guessing once you've hooked one of these animals. It's on for young and old, and good luck trying to keep them away from the outboards or going under the boat. They will absolutely go where they want to. Matt says these are only average size and he's seen them much bigger than the 4 that we've landed so far.
Well, there you go. That is a Northern Territory black Jew. I've seen them in Queensland, but I've never seen them this big. And I've never felt anything pull quite so hard in 5 metres of water. And that'll go about a metre and will be very nice on the dinner table tonight. Well done, mate. Thank you.
No worries.
Loving it.
Great.
Go fishing with this bloke. Come to Darwin, go fishing with this bloke. He will put you onto them.
We have in fact bagged out on jewies with the NT bag limit 2 per person, while the sounder tells us that a heap more have turned up under the boat. We could literally stay here and catch these all day, but Matt reckons a barra session might be on the cards in one of the local river systems. That's the other great thing about fishing around the north, a wide variety of fish and fishing options. Wider, it's sailfish, big mackerel and GTs. The reefs provide big fingermark and more GTs. And the estuary fishing promises plenty more adventure, including crocodiles. We're shy of the low tide in a river system that has all sorts of wildlife and some good-looking drains. This is perfect barra country.
That'll give you some idea of the enormous amount of water that flows out of some of these systems. It's like a waterfall coming out of this drain. It's quite incredible the amount of water that's flowing out, and that should have some bait in it, and in turn some bigger fish should be sitting here. That's the theory anyway.
Time to open the box of tricks and see if we can find a nice plastic that might get a few fish interested. This has the right sort of potty mullet look to it and certainly seems to swim well, so confidence is high. And bingo, while it's not going to break any records, it's a good sign for the session ahead.
Tiny little barra, but he ate that lure up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Great Nick. I might put him back in the water and catch him on another day.
Barra fishing with lures is a bit more like hunting than catching. It's great to mess around with a myriad of ideas, gadgets, hard bodies and soft plastics that has you wondering, if I was a barra, would I eat that? Swimming these baits and seeing the actions of them makes you realise the enormous amount of technical R&D that goes into sports fishing development. There's 1,000 ideas floating around and all of them have merit on any given day. And by the looks of things, today is that day.
Yeah, so the Savage hard body's delivered by the looks of things. We've been trolling up and down this river for, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so. And this isn't a big fish. but it certainly seems to appear to be the right sort of fish. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, definitely bigger than the ones before for sure.
Nice fish.
While it's not unusual to hook meteries here, today they seem to be hiding and there are plenty of little fellas about.
There you go, that's the fish that everybody spends their hard-earned on to come to the top end and catch. And we've had a fantastic day today catching these juvenile barra and of course those monster black Jew that we got earlier today. Mate, it's been a real joy. I can't thank you enough. He'll go right on the table tonight back at Owi's place.
Definitely.
Good stuff.
Dundee Beach is a bucket list destination for fishermen and women from all over the world, and Matt is your man if you're ever up this way. Dundee Beach fishing charters operate from the end to the beginning of the wet season. After a big day out on the water, skippers at Dundee Beach is a welcome sight. A cold beer and a dip in the pool to cool off, and then the option is to cook yourself, or you can pre-arrange for Owi, manager of skippers, to cook up your catch for you. Then, if you've got a sweet tooth like me, then you'll definitely want to track down some of Ruth's homemade Dundee-licious ice cream. She's a 20-year local, and you can pick that up from the lodge, or you can invite her over to dinner, and she'll bring the full range of flavours. So here's your checklist. Make a booking for skippers on Dundee Beach, book your fishing trip with Dundee Beach Fishing Charters, and then head to Darwin BCF to arm yourself with a good selection of tackle, including the Savage range of hard bodies and soft plastics. Qantas fly to Darwin every day, and Dundee Beach is at the end of a sealed road 2 hours drive southwest of Darwin.